It is a glorious sunny day in London today. And you remember, I came to this church, I think it was before the lockdown, a long time before the lockdown. And it wasn't in the summer, I don't think. So I thought I'd come back and have a look at their garden sort of allotment site that they've got just behind the church. So just where they're walking, that's the busy high street. And just hard to believe where these little gardens can be found. So you can come in, have a little rest, have a little think about life if you wanted to, or just somewhere to come and eat your sandwiches. But it's nice to see the flowers out, and there is a meadow that we will walk down to, which I don't think was here last time. We're certainly having beautiful weather this weekend. Look at this. Now this is something I wouldn't mind doing in my own garden. And they've put a pathway so you can walk through the oxeye daisies. Must be really nice here in the mornings, because I think it's open at all times of the day. And then just beyond the cow parsley here should be, if I remember correctly, the river. Yes, there it is. A nice relaxing haven in a busy city. I will put a link to the video that I made when I came here a few years ago, because I spoke to some of the staff, some of the volunteers were out here from the church. So I'll put a link down below. You can go off and watch that as well. It's nice and cooling with the squirrels running around my feet here. And they have quite a few of these bug houses for the bugs to live in. Very easy to do, see. Just taking ideas, things that I need to incorporate into my garden, into the allotment garden and into the other garden. And over here is the vegetable gardens. Now look at these for raised beds. There's no bending over in this place, and got a crop of broad beans in and some onions. This is an attractive wall here of fruit and alliums. This is what I would like. A walled garden, walled kitchen garden. Beautiful space. And on the other side of that brick wall is the river. It's very busy here, so I think I'll come back when it's a lot quieter, maybe very early in the morning. It's just very difficult to film with lots of people walking around, especially because there's a hospital close by and some patients are out just enjoying the sunshine, so I'll come back on a different day.
Därför blir det 10 om 4
Down there is the Catford River Walk where I went the other week. If you want to watch that, I'll put a link to it in the description below. But today I had to come and pick up some trainers because mine had fallen apart. I do like to wear things until they're absolutely dripping off my feet, so I've got a new pair of trainers, so now there's no excuse to go out for a run and try and get fit and healthy. But as I was on the trading estate, I thought I can't go home without quickly popping in to the local garden centre and just pick up one plant. Just one plant, that's all I want. I ended up buying 6 lavender bushes, which you'll see in the allotment videos. A few days earlier, I visited Chelsea Barracks. Now, you remember I visited here about a fortnight ago, but I went back because it was the Chelsea Barracks Spring Fair. I didn't see these the last time I came, but down the side of this building there are even more gardens. A bit more green down here. I think that might be because of the shade. I do like this type of path. If you remember, a few years ago I bought some of this material, and I will get some again for the current allotment garden. Yes, this is the shady border. Just goes to show, if you don't rush around in life and open your eyes, you'll discover things. Because I've passed this area many times over the years, quickly trying to get somewhere, and you just miss so much. It's a bit busy today because it's Chelsea Flower Shows next door, so it's a hive of activity. But on a Sunday morning, I would imagine it's quite a nice little walk in this area. Maybe I'll come back in a few months when the seasons have changed. I like these beautiful Victorian bricks in this back lane here. It's just off the main street where there's a structural tree, again on the side of a garden, but this is just off the main street, off Pimlico Road, and again they're keeping to the same pattern of flowers as we saw further down. I noticed in some of the streets the residents were getting ready for the Jubilee celebrations, and it's good to see. It reminds me of being a child. I've recently taken up running in the mornings, And while I was out the other day, I noticed this sign about a plant sale, so I thought I'd come back later and check it out. One of the places I ran past was the local church, and their garden looked quite beautiful in this morning light. It was beautiful to be out and just experience the quiet of the morning. A few hours later, I returned to the garden to have a look at their open day. Unfortunately, there were so many people there, you couldn't actually see the garden. Well, there were so many people at that event you couldn't see the garden. The flowers were flying out there. It's a bit like Chelsea Flower Showdown. So many people. Right, I'm going to head down to the garden first because I need to go and do a favour for a friend, and then I'm going to go to the allotment to take what I bought in the garden centre yesterday. Chris, who has helped me with digging on my allotment, was on a holiday, so I offered to go and water his greenhouse because we've had really hot weather in the last few days. And a nice display of peppers he has too. And Chris has left some water for me because if you leave a watering can in the greenhouse, the temperature of the water acclimatizes to the heat. If you put water straight on from the tap or from the water butt, it might be a bit too cold and give your plants a shock. And there's a beautiful forest floor smell now coming up of the heat and the water. And there's some over here as well. So what I'll do is I'll fill this up and I'll put it back down there. So when I come down in a few days, the water will be acclimatized. There's some of his cactus there. Looking gorgeous. After I had watered his greenhouse, I went for a walk around the allotment site and saw this stunning display of Californian poppies and alliums. Well, thanks for joining me for this update. Like I said in the video earlier this week, from now on I will be concentrating on allotment videos. So I'll see you very soon.